Good evening, everyone. Welcome to EmoNews. I am your presenter, Rick Francis, and this is a news package for September 29th, 2025. And with that said, it's officially independence season. Let's take a look at the headlines. Dominica records 2 homicides over the weekend. 1 man found dead on the Dimitri Bridge at Penville. Opening up independence hailed a success. Health Ministry raises concern over waste disposal. Trade Union Congress Chairman outlines vision for stronger worker representation. 4 dead, 8 injured in Michigan church shooting. And St. Lucia wins volleyball championship.
World Prayer Music Festival, are you ready?
Dominica, I love you guys. I love you guys. Give me show. Sing for me. She want that she said that she get like she like that she want it. Let's go.
Welcome back, everyone. Up in local news, Chief Cultural Officer Erston Matthew has described the official opening of Dominica's independence celebrations as a success. He noted that the event was well received and set a strong tone for the season. Matthew also highlighted that several cultural activities and events are scheduled in the coming weeks.
On Friday, the 2025 independence season was officially declared open, and on Saturday we hosted the official opening parade. Must say that it was well received by the public. People turned out in large numbers, dressed with their touch of Madras, and they were not disappointed. So many different aspects of our culture on display. Cuisine with the Watto float and live cooking, traditional and creative dance on the streets of Roseau, Jingping, drumming Assam, steel pan, Lapo Cabwit, stilt walkers, the market vibes float from Dexia, big bottom ladies, corporate partners, cadet corps, steel pan, bouillon, and so much more. I just want to thank everybody who took part in one way or the other, and that's just the start of the season. So stay tuned, we have a lot more to come. West and Southwest District Festivals coming on Saturday, Southeast and East on Sunday, as we continue to celebrate 47 years of progress and purpose.
Police have confirmed that 64-year-old Tony Seaman of Penville was recently found dead beneath a bridge in the community. Investigations are ongoing and authorities have not yet indicated whether foul play is suspected. This is the second person discovered under the same bridge in Penville within the last month. In a separate incident, a young man from Georgetown, Glenville, identified as Juwan Warner, was fatally shot at his mother's home on Friday night. Meanwhile, another young man from Wesley, identified as Delroy Lee, was fatally stabbed. Police investigations into these incidents are ongoing, and members of the public with information are urged to contact the nearest police station. EmoNews extends condolences to the families affected by these tragic events. Also in local news, 4 major trade unions have united to form Dominica's first ever Trade Union Congress, DTUC. The Dominica Public Service Union, Dominica Association of Teachers, Dominica Amalgamated Workers Union, and the Waterfront and Allied Workers officially launched the body September 26, 2025 under the theme Consolidating Trade Union Power Through Unity and Solidarity. The new Congress aims to strengthen advocacy for fair wages, better working conditions, and greater representation for workers across Dominica. Supported by the International Labour Organization, ILO, this milestone marks a new era of solidarity within the labour movement. Stephen Joseph, who is the chairman of the steering committee, addressed the Congress.
We expect to be at the table as the TUC, to be engaged on ongoing discussions on the CSME and regional integration, particularly as it pertains to the free movement of people, but more so the free movement of labor, and ensuring that we have regional standards that's fair and applicable across our member states. And of course, you've heard the announcement that 4 of CARICOM countries will, on October 1st, have free movement of people. What does that mean, though? We will have to work out some of the details as we go forward, and the TUC wants to be at the table. I am optimistic, friends, as I end, that the move to establish the TUC in Dominica is a positive one. And I look forward to great things ahead. I welcome you to this historic occasion. I thank you for listening to me, and we look forward to a successful launch of the TUC today. Thank you very much.
Delivering a keynote address, ILO Director Yoni T. Musabayana hailed the launch as the beginning of a new chapter for the workers of Dominica, stressing that unity gives trade unions a stronger voice in national, regional, and international labor dialogue.
The founding Congress of the Dominican Trade Union Congress. Indeed, I remember our mission to your beautiful country in March, and it is there. I remember sitting in a room with the comrades discussing different issues from Dominica Public Service Union, the Dominica Amalgamated Workers Union, the Waterfront and Allied Workers Union. We discussed the challenges of the labor market and the challenges facing the union movement globally and in Dominica. At that moment, there was a sense of division among the union movement. And indeed, we discussed the need for unity going forward. And now, 6 months later, here we are. That energy has been transformed. Complaints have given way to commitment. And the tension has given way to unity. Today you are launching the Dominica Trade Union Congress. This is no small achievement. It is the beginning of a new chapter in the workers' movement in Dominica. This step strengthens workers' representation in the country. It also strengthens your voice in the Caribbean and indeed in the global labor movement.
The Flavors of the World Festival was held on Sunday at the Stadium Forecourt, offering patrons an afternoon of international culinary delights. Dishes from India, China, Jamaica, the USA, Dominica, Haiti, and other countries were on full display, giving attendees a chance to savor tastes from across the globe. The cultural experience was enhanced with entertainment from Martinique Chinese performers, Calypsonians, Marie Pascal, Lily Octave, and more. Organizers have hailed the event a resounding success, blending food, culture, and music into vibrant celebration. The funds collected is geared towards helping with the restoration works at the Roseau Cathedral. The Ministry of Health has expressed concern about improper waste disposal across the island. In partnership with the Ministry of Environment, the ministry has launched an awareness campaign encouraging the public to adopt safer and cleaner waste management practices. In a short video message, Kersha Augustine outlined practical ways to properly get rid of waste.
Welcome to this media update presented to you by the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Social Services. Waste disposal across Dominica has been a grave concern for us all. The Environmental Health Department has been paying very close attention to indiscriminate dumping across the island and has a few tips for each of us. Here's Environmental Health Officer Kersha Augustine.
Good day, everyone. Improper disposal of waste not only damages our environment, but also creates serious risks to public health, including creating breeding grounds for mosquitoes, biting midges, rats, and other pests. Pests that spread harmful diseases such as dengue and leptospirosis. Polluting rivers and streams that supply water for daily use. Degrading community spaces, making them unsafe and unsightly. We therefore encourage every resident to take simple steps to keep Dominica clean, safe, and healthy. Dispose of household garbage properly using the collection service. Avoid dumping bulky waste such as trees, tires, appliances, and electronics in ravines, rivers, or open spaces. Reduce, reuse, and recycle whenever possible. Compost food peelings for backyard gardens instead of adding to waste placed for collection. Report illegal dumping to your local authorities, the Solid Waste Management Corporation, the Environmental Health Department, or your village council. Participate in organized community cleanups. After these cleanup activities, garbage should be bagged properly and disposed of through the solid waste management system to prevent redumping and reinfestation. Remember, we are in the hurricane season. Let's ensure we dispose our waste properly so we don't create breeding grounds for mosquitoes and rats that spread diseases. Together, we can protect our health, preserve our environment, and keep our communities beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you to the Environmental Health Department for their support. The Ministry of Health, Wellness and Social Services thanks you for tuning in to this health update.
And now for regional news. The St. Lucia Central Statistical Office, CSO, launched the National Strategy for the Development of Statistics, NSDS, on September 25, 2025 at the Harbour Club Hotel. The strategy aims to modernize the National Statistical System, NSS, support evidence-based policy making, and meet regional and international reporting obligations. Developed with support from the World Bank and Paris 21, the strategy is built around 7 pillars, including governance, data quality, capacity development, access, innovation, sustainability, and communication. At the launch, Cabinet Secretary Augusta de Gazon, speaking on behalf of the Finance Minister, reaffirmed the government's commitment to strengthening the NSS. Chief Economist Nadia Wells-Hyacinth highlighted the system's central role in national development. Paris 21 advisor Paz Patino congratulated St. Lucia, noting its leadership in making the NSDS publicly accessible. Only a few Caribbean states, Belize, Guyana, and Grenada, have advanced similar strategies. CSO Director Sean Mathurin thanked stakeholders and partners for their support, pledging the office's commitment to ensuring accurate and timely data to guide national policy and development. CARICOM Ministers of Health and Regional Partners met in Washington, D.C. for the 50th meeting of the Council of Human and Social Development, COSOD Health. Grenada's Health Minister and meeting chair, Honorable Philip Telsford, urged members to prioritize the health and well-being of Caribbean people, stressing that non-communicable diseases, NCDs, not only impact lives but also weaken productivity and national budgets. CARICOM Assistant Secretary General Alison Drayton echoed the call for coordinated action, pointing to persistent challenges such as NCDs, emerging diseases, limited healthcare personnel, and the added pressures of climate change, crime, and shrinking fiscal space. Key achievements highlighted included pandemic preparedness, CARICOM's endorsement of the pandemic agreement at the 78th World Health Assembly, strategic partnerships, launch of the PAO CARICOM Sub-Regional Cooperation Strategy, health system strengthening, expansion under the CARICOM HEADPAC MOU, antimicrobial resistance, new surveillance and lab initiatives supported by the Fleming Fund, crime as a public health issue, creation of a regional technical working group. The meeting also commemorated progress since the 2007 Port of Spain Declaration on NCDs with a high-level side event hosted alongside PAO and the Healthy Caribbean Coalition. The 50th COSOD Health reaffirmed CARICOM's commitment to regional collaboration, stronger health systems, and proactive responses to emerging threats. And now for international news. A tragic attack unfolded Sunday morning in Grand Blanc, Michigan, when a gunman drove a truck into the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints during worship, opened fire on congregants, and then set the building ablaze. Police confirmed that 4 people were killed and 8 others injured before the suspect, 40-year-old Thomas Jacob Sanford, was killed in a shootout with officers. Of the victims, 1 died on the scene, another at the hospital, and 2 more were found dead in the fire. 7 of the injured remain stable, while 1 is in critical condition. The fire, fueled by gasoline, escalated to a 5-alarm blaze that caused part of the church to collapse, leaving the building a total loss. Authorities are treating the incident as an act of targeted violence. The FBI has taken over the investigation. In addition, police reported multiple bomb threats in the area targeting other churches. This attack comes amid a wave of violence against religious institutions just a day after a mass shooting at a North Carolina bar left 3 people dead. New York City Mayor Eric Adams announced Sunday that he is ending his troubled re-election campaign just weeks before Election Day. He delivered the news in a social media video, seated on the steps of the mayor's residence, and sang to the song My Way. Adams, elected as a Democrat but running for re-election as an independent, had been lagging in the polls. His campaign was further weakened after the city's campaign finance board withheld millions in matching funds over questionable donations. He also acknowledged losing public trust following federal corruption charges, later dropped by the Trump administration in exchange for his cooperation on immigration raids. Though he insisted the charges were unjust, Adams will serve out his term until New Year's Eve. His name will remain on the ballot since the withdrawal deadline has passed. His exit narrows the race to Democrat Zoran Mohammed, former Governor Andrew Cuomo, and Republican Curtis Silva. Cuomo, once a fierce target of Adams' criticism, praised the mayor for putting the well-being of New York City ahead of personal ambition, while warning of extremist forces threatening the city. Polls show Mamdani maintaining a strong lead over Cuomo, with Silva trailing and Adams largely out of contention even before his withdrawal. And with this story, this is the end of international news. Stay tuned for the sports segment after this short message.
Double the draws, double the chances, double the excitement. Match 5, your local jackpot game.
And now for sports news. St. Lucia captured gold at the 2025 ECVA Women's Final Four tournament in St. John's, Antigua, with star player Lisa Kazime earning Most Valuable Player MVP honors. Kazime also claimed the titles of Best Scorer and Best Opposite, while teammate Amelia Louise shone as Best Spiker and Best Receiver. Defensive standout T. Joseph added to St. Lucia's triumph with 2 awards, Best Digger and Best Libero. Host nation Antigua secured recognition through Alia Smith, who was named second best blocker, while Bermuda picked up multiple awards including Best Setter Kaylee Trott and Best Silver Megan Hans. The full list of award winners are: Best Spiker goes to Amelia Louise of St. Lucia, second best spiker Natalie Gazard, best digger T. Joseph St. Lucia, best setter Kaylee Trott, best receiver Amelia Louise, best server Megan Hans, best libero T. Joseph St. Lucia, best scorer Lisa Kazime, best opposite Lisa Kazime, best blocker Amber Simmons, second best blocker Alia Smith, MVP Lisa Kazime. St. Lucia's dominance at the tournament confirmed their strength in both offensive and defensive play, cementing their position at the top of women's volleyball in the ECVA region. And now moving on to cricket, Azari Joseph has been ruled out of the upcoming Test series against India due to a lower back injury. Scans confirmed degeneration of a previously resolved issue after he reported discomfort. In his place, Jedediah Blades, already capped in ODIs and T20s, have been drafted in as cover for the 2 tests following the ongoing series against Nepal. Meanwhile, Jason Holder declined selection as Joseph's replacement, citing a scheduled medical procedure. And that's all for sports this evening. Stay tuned for the weather report from the Dominica Meteorological Service after this short message.
I raised up in a poor family, I would say. So it was always my dream. I said that's the first thing I want to achieve after settling into a job. I want to own a home. Biggest fear, I would say, on a little salary, you want to build a home. Who is going to give you a loan to build a home on a little salary? So that was my biggest fear. I went to NBD to get something done, not thinking of going to do a mortgage with NBD. And surprisingly, the person I met was an old friend. She listens. She gets into your story, and I could not resist. I just had to go with NBD. My home building journey was a smooth one. I had good builders, and when you can trust certain people with your money, because we see what happens now when you give people your money to build. But these people were people I could trust. Hug me, we did this. And I was so happy, I was just thankful. So getting in here to sign while I was teary, I was happy. It may not be a mansion, but it's comfort for you. And I was just so happy. Just putting on that light, I was just happy. To come in there and watch what they did, I was overjoyed. I am Lynn Bellot, and I am a homeowner. If I can do it, you can do it too. Start your journey today with NBD.
And that's all for tonight's news segment. I am your presenter, Rick Francis. This is EmoNews, every moment online. Have a good night.